or the next important rule that for me is probably the most important rule. And it is, if I touch it, I complete it. If I touch it, I play it. If I opened an email by mistake and the email now requires 10 hours of handling, I do the 10 hours of handling. I don't delay it. I don't delay it. If I touch it, I play it. It's a strong rule. If I touch it, I play it. Now this thing is so important, because what happens is that usually most of the people, what they do, they open, they start to read, they decide it's a lot, so they leave it. Now what's going on in their mind is quite amazing. Think about your mind. Let me actually share a screen and I will paint it, because this is an amazing concept that needs to be understood. Let me just share the screen. Okay, good. So I'm going to draw here, okay? Imagine that this is you, okay? Okay, this is you before you put on weight and everything, so I'll make you really nice, okay? Okay, good. So this is you, okay? Now, when you are born, you have a mind, or most people have a mind. Some are mindless. And in your mind, you have something that's called attention units, okay? Many attention units. Now, every time you start something and you don't get it into completion, let's say that this is completion, you start, but you ended in the middle, you leave this gap here, you didn't get it into completion. What happened? One of these attention unit is stolen, because now you know that something has to be done and it has not been done. Right. And then you've got another cycle that you didn't handle, and another cycle that you didn't handle, and another cycle that you didn't handle, and more and more. And all of a sudden, you feel that you have so much work to do. What actually happened is not that you have so much work to do, but your computing power, which is this number of processes that you have here, has been reduced to only few. You used to have 100, and now you have 7. So anything is too much for you. Yeah. You get the idea?
100%. You're just a much weaker computer.
Yeah, you're just a much weaker computer. It's very much like if you take a PC,
or a Mac.
Yes, take a computer. Take a computer. And you open a program and another program, another program, another program. All of a sudden, this powerful PC becomes weak. It becomes slower and slower. And if you open more and more programs, it will crash.
Yeah.
That's what happened here. Every time you open something, you touch it, and you don't complete it, some of your attention unit gets stolen. You become weaker, and you will see that the weaker you become, the more stupid you act. Because what does it mean to act stupidly? It means that you don't have enough processing power. So something really simple you cannot do. It looks to you like a huge thing to do, to answer an email. And people say, well, I worked so hard. And I say, what did you do? And they say, I've answered email. And I say, really? So what, did you press escape, click, double click, move the fingers? You didn't pick up stones. You didn't work hard. Answering emails, writing something on the computer, sitting in an air-conditioned car or an air-conditioned office, doing Zoom calls, or it's not difficult. Mm-hmm. So that's not hard work. What's hard is that you don't have any more processing power. So anything to do is very, very difficult, because you are on your last drops of fuel.
Yes, totally. And I think that's what causes so many people to feel like there's smoke coming out of their ears. It's really because they're just so caught up with things that they started and read the email, and then we're like, I'm going to get back to that later, and I'm going to get back to that later, I'm going to get back to that later. And then when they actually try to finally do something simple, there's nothing to work with.